Hey y'all, Coach A here. Today we are introducing something new, WNBA film breakdowns. There are not a lot of film breakdowns out there on the WNBA, so we decided to start one up here at Hoops Academy. Today, our main takeaways are going to be the following. Number 1, Sabrina and Escu's play style, and number 2, Atlanta Dream's consistency. As you may have guessed, we are breaking down the most recent game of the New York Liberty versus the Atlanta Dream. This took place down in Atlanta a couple of days ago, and unfortunately, the New York Liberty ended up losing this game, even though it came down to the wire down here in the fourth quarter. You guys will see what I mean. Just looking here, 73-69 was the final score, and Atlanta remained consistent throughout the entire game. This really helped them, especially as it came down to crunch time in that final minute or so here on the game. New York Liberty, unfortunately, were not as consistent as the Dream, and in addition to not being consistent, they were extremely hampered by turnovers. I believe they had 18 on the night, which gives up around 36 potential points that they could have had. Rough night for the Liberty. Looking here through the month of June, the New York Liberty have had a tough month, losing 7 out of their 10 games, only winning 3 of their games, all of those by very close margins. Moving into our first clip here, we're going to break down Sabrina Escu's play style here on the Liberty, juxtaposed versus her time versus Oregon. As we can see here, she's coming into what looks like a handoff, which will eventually just be a fake handoff back to the wing, trying to get it to Laney as she drives to the basket and gets blocked. What's interesting to me is that at Oregon, she rarely did this. Whenever she got the ball in a position like she just had, she was always looking to drive, attack, and score. And if she didn't score, she was always looking to set up her teammates. Again here, she pulls the ball out, drives to the rim, finishes left hand for the and one. She was much more aggressive going to the rim. And I do understand that she did have an injury and she's coming off of one, so this may play a factor in her not attacking the rim as much. Looking at this graphic here, we can see that Laney is the top scorer for the New York Liberty by a wide margin. Sabrina Escu is only averaging around 10.5 points per game, 6 assists, and 5.9 rebounds. However, when you factor in that this is technically her rookie season, these are not bad numbers, especially with those assist leaders up there on the graphic. Coming down here, once again, Sabrina Escu gets the ball, drives, takes that little mid-range jumper that she's hit before, and here, as you can see, it's not very comfy looking. It's almost like Laney passes her the ball here, expecting her to shoot versus drive to the basket here. She gets away with the travel, plants those feet, and then takes that tough little mid-range pull-up. Not very comfortable looking there. And then here, she comes off this pin down, comes to receive the ball, immediately gives it up, and does not get the ball back. And fortunately for the Liberty, this ends up being a good play for them. And then here again, she gets to the rim, uses her body and her strength to score. Coming down on this end, you can see that the Atlanta Dream basically had it easy getting to the rim all night long. Coming off of this pin down, Janae Carter comes down, boom, excuse me, I'm making that runner. They had it like that all night long against the Liberty. Here once again, the Liberty are coming down, and as you can see, when she was at the University of Oregon, this would have been a screen at the top, and Escu is driving to the basket here, and she's trying to score, set up her teammates. However, when we watch here, she gives it up, goes to set a pin down. That does not work. She tries to get the ball back. Again, she can't get it. Now she's just standing on the wing, looking a little frustrated, and Laney makes a good move here, we must admit, spins, gets to the rim, and scores. However, that's not Escu's bread and butter. She should be driving to the basket more with an aggressive attitude. And here, once again, Carter, gets to the rim, making it look really easy picking apart that defense. Now Escu has sat down, she's no longer on the floor, and the Liberty struggle greatly to find offense. I have no idea where this pass was going. Actually, I take that back, it was going straight into the hands of the defender. The Dream take advantage. Boom, scoop, up and under for the finish. Once again, the Atlanta Dream had it really easy getting to the rim. Here, Janae Carter once again gets to the rim, misses, but once again, that just shows how easy it was for them. And these are just the first quarter stats, and by these stats, you would think that the Liberty would be blowing out the Dream. However, they were down by 2 points at this point in time. And this is when I would have seen some red flags starting to go up for the Liberty. Moving into the next quarter here, we can see once again that they are really trying to get Laney involved, which is a good thing. This is their top scorer, but right now it's just the Laney show and nothing is working or converting here. Once again, Escu's back on the floor, and this time Laney has all of her teammates posted up on the perimeter, makes a good dime to the cutter, but she can't finish. Now understand, I don't believe that Escu should get all the shots necessarily. However, she should be used to her strengths more. Boom, here. She's coming off of this screen and she's dribbling at her teammate. Laney needs to cut to the basket because Escu has prime vision. However, that doesn't happen. She gets caught up here and she has to make a tough pass out. She gets the ball away, and then New York honestly gets bailed out by a foul call there. There needs to be better off-ball movement, especially because you have Escu running the point, or you should have her run the point. Again here, this time she gets to her favorite spot, the middle, drives, does an excellent job of creating contact, kicks out to her teammate, but then again here, gets caught up in the corner, her teammate's just standing, obviously not a shooter because they're not trying to give her the ball that quick. And then when we go live again, she just goes down to the dunker's spot, moves to the opposite dunker's spot, and then her man completely leaves her, comes over to help, gets a block, and it is a shot clock violation. But once again here, the Atlanta Dream make it look easy. In the third quarter, they did have some struggles on offense, but 3 out of the 4 quarters, it was easy picking apart that defense. Even though they miss here, they get an offensive rebound, step out behind the 3-point line, splash. Again here, we're going to look at the final minute of the fourth quarter. I want you to pay very close attention to where Sabrina Escu is on the floor. It's actually a little sad. Laney gets a screen from Whitcomb. She drives, nothing there, kicks back out. And as you can see, Escu did not touch the ball. They get an offensive rebound, but again, she has remained on the right side of the floor the entire time. Once again, they play hot potato with it on the left side of the court. Nothing's working, leads up to a terrible contested shot clock violation, and Atlanta walks away with the win. Again, one of your most dynamic players doesn't even get a touch on the basketball. Here are her stats on the screen here. Not her best game, but definitely something that she can learn from. Also here, the New York Liberty had 0 or negative efficiency for every person that played, while with 0 or positive efficiency with the exception of 1 player for Atlanta. Currently, they are sitting 3rd in their conference, with Atlanta sitting in 5th, but that's not where they want to be. They're a much better team than this. Atlanta walks away with a win, a little unexpected by my part. I truly believe that Sabrina needs to get back to her attacking ways from Oregon. Come off those high pick and rolls, find her teammates, kick out, allow them to score, or even better, drive, attack the rim, create plays for your teammates, so that way it's easier for them to score versus one-on-one with Laney trying to create everything by herself. Otherwise, they will have teams like the Atlanta Dream coming in and beating them game after game.